Hey there guys, welcome back. I'm here with a very special guest today, a good friend, good mate, over here in Santa Barbara. And Mr. Sean Malarkey is a very successful entrepreneur and a smart guy and an all-round good bloke. So he's going to share a tip with us today on product validation. Is that right?
That's right. I'm actually going to share two examples. I have a podcast called The Money Pillow that I've been interviewing great entrepreneurs, and I've heard just some amazing ideas of how they validated their products, so I thought I'd share a couple with you. The first one came from a gentleman named Daniel Vitello, who sells a repair kit for when you drop your iPhone or cell phone in the water. He can, with this repair kit, pretty much 90% of the phones, you can bring them back to life.
Awesome. And
to validate this product and to validate the price point and make sure he had something he could sell, he spent a couple hours building a fake website that had a buy now button, that when you clicked the buy now button, it went to a page that said, "I'm sorry, we're sold out, but check back, we'll have some more in stock soon."
Awesome.
Yeah, and then he went to Google, ran advertisements to that page for people who were typing in repairing my damaged iPhone, and then measured how many people clicked on the ads, went to his page and clicked the buy now button. And after 2 or 3 days of running ads, he determined that based on the cost he was spending for the traffic to come to it and the people that were converting, clicking the buy now button, that he had something that he should actually go and manufacture and produce because it could be profitable.
Awesome.
Yeah,
very smart.
I thought it was incredibly smart.
Awesome.
It cost
him
$200 to $300, and that's turned into a several $100,000 a year business.
Yeah, before even producing
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, and
Very
actually
smart.
I have another example that actually comes from Australia, and this particular individual has a Australian, she sells a chai tea, and God, her name is escaping me at the moment. I feel so bad not remembering it, but anyway, maybe I'll remember it in a minute. But she, to validate her idea, rented a booth at the market. I think it was in Brisbane or Melbourne. You have the markets that operate on Saturday or Sunday, and she rented a booth, and she wanted to know, A, if her tea was any good. She thought she had made this amazing chai tea, so she wanted to know if it was any good and if people would be willing to buy it. And so she set up a booth and started selling it, and her first day cleared, I think, $300 in sales from that, and with about $150 in cost in just a few hours. But more importantly, the feedback she got was that her tea was amazing, and people were hooked.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that business has now turned into close to $500,000 a year tea business. I think it's the #1 chai tea business in all of Australia. So just another, I mean, a cheap way. I think it cost her $50 for the booth at the market, maybe $100.
Yeah.
And on a Saturday, she had a full-time job at that time, so she rented this booth on a Saturday, went, did this, and then over the course of about 8 more weeks, and doing this over and over and over again, and expanding to a couple more markets, getting feedback, she realized she had a business that she could run with, quit her corporate job, and her name was Anthea Cahill.
There we go.
Anthea Cahill, yeah.
Nice.
And she's turned that into a $500,000 a year business.
Wow.
That operates basically 2-3 days a week, and now has a wholesale side to it.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, there we go. A couple of great tips. And
Yeah.
then setting up the website too, just to test it. What an awesome insight.
Yeah, both of those I thought were just great ideas. People get ideas for businesses all the time,
Yeah.
or they have businesses that they're just not sure, if they're viable ideas, and they use these quick little, easy, cheap ways to validate their idea, and have created multiple six-figure businesses.
Rather than going out and spending their life savings before they've
Building
actually
a
tested the
massive
market.
website, yeah, because the one in the spray thing involved getting manufacturing done in China, which required putting several $1,000s down to manufacture what he was selling.
Yeah.
And the tea woman didn't want to quit her job, but she thought she had something. So
Test the market first.
Yeah.
Very cool.
yeah, so
Genius. Couple of golden tips there, so thank you very much.
for sure.